Hello there, this is Tuomas of Nightwish, and you have the pleasure of watching LA Metal Media.
LA Metal Media with Allie, Jorgen.
Hey everybody, this is Allie Jorgen from LA Metal Media, and we are live here in Las Vegas. We're with Tuomas from Nightwish. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to LA Metal Media.
Absolutely.
The new CD, Endless Forms, Most Beautiful, is a brilliant CD. How has the reaction been on tour so far?
Well, it's been going overwhelmingly well. Of course, when you play the new songs live, people seem to be kind of like sucking them in a bit more than the ones that come from the back catalog. So it's more like being there and feeling interested about it and, really listening to it. But certain songs like The Greatest Show on Earth or Weak Fantasy have been like instant live hits.
Awesome.
Yeah. And also those songs that you haven't been playing ever before are most fun to play for us as a band.
Some of your back catalog, you mean? Or?
No, I mean the new songs, because we haven't played them before, so there's a certain freshness to them.
And on the CD, there seems to be like a kind of a live organic band feel. Is that something that just happened during the recording?
You think so?
I do.
Yeah, excellent, because that's something that I felt as well. And I think it has to do with the fact that we spent a lot of time in the rehearsal studio with the whole band, just going through the songs again and again and again. And we were accommodated in this secluded summer camp in my hometown in Finland, and we were there as a band 24/7. So it was all about the ultimate absorption into the music, really getting into the album and spending all the free time with your best mates in the band. And I think that's the thing that really made this album sound a bit more organic than maybe the previous ones.
Awesome.
Immersion, that's the word. Yeah.
The previous album, Imaginarium, was a tribute to the power of imagination. And then what made you decide to do an album as a tribute to science?
Well, first of all, the whole album is not a tribute to science, but there are a lot of those themes involved. But songs like Idi Maru or Yours is an Empty Hope, Arcades in the Sun, they deal with different things. So this is not technically a theme album. But yes, I've always been hugely interested in natural sciences. I even studied biology in a university earlier on. So it's always been there, and since Nightwish has always mainly been about fantasy, which is wonderful, I still love it, but this time I felt that maybe it's time to explore the other end of the spectrum, so to say. And I knew that all the other band members were heavily into these themes as well, so it was an inspiration for everybody in the band. We had a lot of nice talks by the campfire when we were rehearsing about biology, evolution, life, cosmos, all the big things.
That actually answers my next question. When you were doing the demos and writing your songs and you presented it for the first time and they didn't know about the subject matter, were they surprised or what was their reaction?
They were just really excited. Like, yeah, wow, this is really the way to do. And then I told them that we have this person called Richard Dawkins on the album. Everybody was like, wow, incredible, all that. So, yeah.
When you reached out to Richard for the first time and he accepted your invitation, how did you feel when you met him for the first time?
It was the ultimate fanboy moment, I have to admit. I was a bit nervous meeting him, but he was such a gentleman. He's really, really nice, and what really impressed me was that he had actually put a lot of effort into the reciting of the words. He had printed out all the lyrics, made some notes, and then when we recorded his parts, he was heavily immersed into getting the right vibe and all that.
Wow.
Really reading them in a poetic way, not just reading them through.
Right.
But
wow.
yeah, he put a lot of heart into it. Such a nice man.
Why do you think you got such a mixed reaction when you announced that he was going to be on the CD?
Well, I believe it has a lot to do with a misunderstanding what he's about. People love to misquote him, misunderstand him, even on purpose. And he's very outspoken, he's very strident, yes, but in no way aggressive or militant. But he has a mind the size of a football field, and he has strong opinions, and people just get offended by some of the stuff that he says, which I find to be truth and reasonable and beautiful, and all the other band members as well. But yes, people love to misquote him on purpose and deliberately misunderstand him, take things out of the context. Oh yeah, he hates women, he hates Down syndrome babies, all that. But if you investigate deeper, you'll know what's going on.
Wow. When you first wrote the first song, did you at that time have this whole theme about the theory of evolution in mind, or did that come later?
It came when I read Richard's book called The Greatest Show on Earth, which goes through the evolution on planet Earth. Another book by him is called The Ancestor's Tale, which is a wonderful book. And out of those two books, I just had the idea that how about trying to create a song that goes through the evolution of life on planet Earth from beginning to distant future, and try to nail it in less than 30 minutes or so. First the formation of planet Earth, then the first bacteria, and then the evolution until the tool maker, which is humankind, and then the distant future. I just loved the idea. I was so excited about it. This is the ultimate theme for a song.
And I was going to ask you, The Greatest Show on Earth, how did you fit the whole evolution on the planet into 30 minutes of music?
Well, originally it was much longer, and the theme is so huge. You could do 5 albums based on that. But we really wanted to concentrate on doing the song so that it actually works as an individual piece of music, so that it's not too pretentious or too long or too boring. Just try to get it all together as tight as possible. I think we started off from like 34 or 40 minutes, and now it clocks 24 minutes.
Wow, great. The ballad, Our Decades in the Sun, about our parents, it did bring tears to my eyes when I listened to it. How was it when you presented it to your parents?
Well, it was pretty emotional for all of us, and by far the most difficult song on the album to produce, to bring alive, because the theme is so delicate, so important. And I had the lyrics ready, and I had already written 2 different songs for those lyrics, and they just didn't feel right. It wasn't quite there. And then Marco, the bass player, came to me with a chorus and a riff, and I said, that's it. That's the melody that I've been looking for. And then we just arranged the whole thing together, and ended up being really, really nice. We're not playing it live yet, but we'll bring it to the setlist definitely at some point. But it was very emotional. Also in the studio, in the rehearsal room, we heard Floor doing some sobbing behind the microphone while recording that, and so yeah, that's music at its best.
It's definitely very deep.
Yeah.
The single Alone, you say, talks about the meaning of life, but also the occasional free fall and the road less traveled. How do you and Nightwish travel the road less traveled? How
Well, if you want to do a fantasy film on your own, even though you know that it's going to put you into bankruptcy, I mean, that's the occasional free fall. Or 18 years ago when I finished my studies in university, moved back home to my mom and dad, totally broke, asking my dad to lend me 10,000 marks to get a keyboard because I want to play symphonic metal in a band, which has absolutely no future.
That's a free fall.
That's a free fall. A very beautiful one though.
The Eyes of Sharbagula? What was the inspiration behind that one?
Well, the inspiration obviously is the classic photograph from 1985 by Steve McCurry, the legendary Afghan girl. And I bought this magazine, National Geographic, from an airport a couple of years ago and was just really inspired by the photo. And then I started to think about how to do a song about children at war. Again, a very current and delicate issue. And no matter how much I tried to write lyrics for the song, it just didn't match, didn't feel right. And then it was Troy, the uilleann pipe player, who told me that this is strong enough as it is, you don't need any lyrics, so let's make it an instrumental with some children's choir and some male voices here and there. Spot on.
Awesome.
Yeah. And in a way, The Eyes of Sharbat Gula works as an interlude on the album. The way I see it personally is that you have 9 beautiful support acts, then you have an interlude, and then you have the main act in the Greatest Show on Earth. I mean the tracks.
Are you doing any part of Greatest Show on Earth live?
Yeah, we are. We're doing chapters 2 and 3.
Awesome.
Very likely the whole song at some point, but right now it's just the middle band part that we're doing.
And Floor on vocals for the first time with Nightwish. They sound amazing, they fit perfect. What did she bring as far as energy and perspective to the recording?
She brought a lot of enthusiasm, motivation, dedication. She knew all the songs by heart before we even entered the rehearsal room for the first time. She had learned all the lyrics, all the melodies, everything, and wanted to be there from day one and really immerse herself into the album as well. And that was something that really touched me, and still does, yeah.
Do you have to change your show from a more intimate show like tonight to an outdoor venue? Is there anything that you guys do different?
Not really. I mean, no show is more important than the other. You always go there and do the best you can. Try to entertain yourself and the audience the best you can, and just have a blast. That's always what it is. When we tour Europe, we naturally have a bigger production with all the pyros and everything. But unfortunately, it's impossible to do that in North America.
Do it here.
Yeah.
I mentioned Marianne. I know it's a date, right? We're excited we finally get to see the movie. Is it going to be on DVD and Blu-ray?
Yes, it will.
And will it be in select theaters nationwide?
That I have absolutely no idea. I really doubt it. I mean, I think they're just going to put it out as a Blu-ray and DVD.
Will you be doing Rockin' again, or?
Not this year, but this tour is supposed to last until the end of 2016. So we have all next year still to be planned.
Awesome.
What we do.
It seems a lot of the new metal music talks about taking sides in some sort of conflict. In this CD, you found a way to bring everyone together, to say that we come from a common source and we're all connected in some way. Was that your intention with this album?
We don't want to preach. We don't want to tell truths. Nightwish has never ever been a political band of any kind, and never will be. But like you mentioned, truly understanding the core of evolution by natural selection is a beautiful, poetic, and humbling experience. We all share a common ancestor. Everything. Your neighbor's dog, the orange that you had for breakfast. If you go far back in time enough, we all are the same. And for many people, that's a very scary thought. For me, that's the most beautiful fact there is. We're all the same. And if there is a message on this album, that would be it.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.